In this video, we're gonna go over every single leak that we have for Grow a Garden 2, as well as showing you guys how to prepare for as soon as the game comes out, as well as what to do once it is out. I'm literally gonna go over literally every single piece of information we know about this game and go in depth, so that way you are ready, and if there is leaderboards in the game, you'll be on the top. But if this video does help you out, all I ask is that you subscribe, and yeah, let's just get right into it. So ever since I made my last video, we did actually get a bunch of brand new leaks, and I think it's best that we actually start off with those. To start off, today we actually just got this leak right here where it's showing us one of the plants in the game, and as you can see, this plant actually reacts to your player, and as you can tell, this guy is getting lasered by this thing called the Dragon's Breath, and I want you to remember that because it's very important. If you don't know by now, the whole motto of this game is that you're actually just going to be able to steal for free. Inside of Grow a Garden, you are able to steal right now, but it does cost Robux. Now, in GAG 2, it is not going to be the same. You will be able to steal for free, but some people will have defenses that can prevent you from doing so. I mean, even though the trailer didn't really show us much, that was one of the major points in it where this guy, this noob, wakes up from this guest stealing from him. And basically, then he basically just sets up a bunch of defenses around his garden, places it down this guy right over here, and, well, if we fast forward, you know, the noob gets eaten and all that stuff. So to say preparing a defense is important is definitely an understatement. You're going to want to have an amazing defense that's going to be able to defend off whatever enemy plants or people that try to come steal your stuff. Because keep in mind that you can steal for free, but you're going to have a hard time of stealing. On the other hand, we have things that are going to actually help you, and this is, for example, one of them. As you can see, there is a door crowbar item listed, or I guess allegedly leaked, and this is one of the older leaks that we have in the game. You can also actually see that there's things like the legendary sprinkler down here, obviously the door crowbar, as well as the super-sized mushroom. And I'm pretty sure what this is it basically just lets you bounce around the map, and I'll show you guys more leaks for this one later on. But most importantly, we have the door crowbar, and obviously that's probably going to help you, you know, breach into people's bases or doors, maybe break them down. So while there is going to be things trying to grief you from stealing from other people, there will also be things to help you. Now, I will say stealing is probably not going to be a very good mechanism to use as soon as the game comes out, because everybody will be starting fresh. You're actually going to have literally nothing in your garden, and you're gonna be probably purchasing a bunch of carrot seeds, strawberries, and stuff like that. But if you do find someone that's pay to win and has like prismatics or divines and stuff, totally steal it from them, bro. Like, what are you doing? But let's get into some of the more juicier leaks, you could say. This is one that I thought was really interesting, and this is actually at Sam, aka the guy you sell your stuff with. And as you can see, this says a confirmed daily deal multiplier functionality versus a normal sell inventory. And as you can see, what you can do is, one, you can make a deal that is obviously just a normal price. Two, you can make a daily deal, which is specifically for that day. So some plans will just sell more, so you're gonna want to get different plans depending on what day it is in the game, I would assume. But there is another one that allows you to ask for more, and I think this is gonna actually charge you money to ask if you can make even more money. So depending on what plant you have, maybe asking for more might be beneficial, and that way your item is worth more. This is obviously going to be far different from the way we have it at the moment in the game, because Sam, I mean, well, actually, you don't even sell at Sam. What am I saying? Well, you sell at Steven, but you can't ask for more. Simply all you can do is say you want to sell an item, and you can't really make any form of deals. So you're going to want to get every type of plant, at least least a few of them planted down inside of your garden. That way, when there is better deals for certain plants on certain days, you can sell those, and that way you're earning way more money. Obviously, one of the most important stuff is the mutations in the game, and as you can see, this is called the Mightiest Moon. I would assume it's supposed to be said as Midas Moon, but this seems like something that gives off like a gold mutation or something. Now, golden is actually a type of variant in the game. It's not a mutation, so I don't really know what it's gonna be. They could also obviously change it up, and it could turn into a mutation inside of GAG 2, but you know, we aren't too sure about that. One thing's for sure though, you will be able to get a bunch of mutations. Now, what I highly recommend is you guys get a VIP server in this brand new game. And I know, it sounds crazy. It is a bit of pay to win. But with Roblox Plus, you are able to actually create infinite and unlimited amounts of VIP servers, which I think are super useful. And I'm not getting sponsored to say this at all, by the way, but I genuinely think if you're in a VIP server, it's going to be much easier because you're not going to have people stealing your plants that you're trying to get mutations on. As you can see on these plants inside of this game, I have a ton of mutations, but I'm not worried about going in a public server because people just won't steal it since it costs Robux and it's not worth it for them. But in this brand new game, they will be able to steal it, so you're gonna want to get in a server with at least your friends. That way, you know, you guys kind of have more trust in each other than some random players that might just creep up and steal your best stuff with mutations on them. We do also have a cutscene leaked of showing your garden growing while you're actually away, and as you can see, it's a little bit different in this game. And ignore the background, by the way, like the effects going off, it's probably a mutation event, but as you can tell in this game, it actually kind of just shows you the entire process of it growing on, as well as the last time you played versus your new time and how much your plants have basically grown. So it's kind of nice. Now keep in mind, these last few leaks I showed you are a little bit older, and these were leaked like when I guess they weren't supposed to be leaked. So there is a chance some of these things have been changed up, or they're a little bit different once the game releases, but I would assume most of it is going to stay around the same. Now, more leaks of weather events such as Blood Moon that will be there on release is right here, and this was actually leaked by the official developers, so that's how we know it's basically legit. And you can tell it's pretty cool. Like, some of the things just boost you into the air. Now, I don't know if they're gonna keep that in, because like if they're stealing, that might help people steal your stuff and get away with it. But one thing I do really like is you are able to see all of the icons for your pets in the game. Now, I don't know why this person has 75 raccoons. I hope raccoons are not that easy to get inside of GAG 2, bro, because if they're done the same way as they are in Grow a Garden, then we might be cooked, bro, because as you know, Grow a Garden got ruined by the raccoons duplicating infinite amounts of shekels. I mean, I still have like a little bit of it in my inventory. Look at like all these plants, bro. This is the stuff that literally ruined this game, bro. Next up is this really cool plant called the Moon Bloom, and this is going to be something that is actually officially in the game. First, we thought this was AI, but after further looking at it, it is absolutely real, and we did actually see in one of the trailers I'm going to show you guys. But I mean, here's another picture of it. As you can see, this thing looks great. I would imagine, since this does look really nice, it's probably going to have some ability to fend off people trying to come into your garden, but it's definitely a really nice one. And in the Discord, the devs have implemented this thing where you can actually vote on AI generated Grow a Garden pets. And I believe they did this in order to, you know, get some recommendations on what pets should look like for this upcoming game, or some pets they're going to add. Because inside of the updates channel, or I think announcements, was it? I don't know. Yeah, as you can see, Adrian, one of the devs, or the owner basically, he did ask people which one they think is the best, and as you can see, this one is the one that's currently winning. And man, does this look cool. Like, I would love this as a pet. Talking about pets, they actually are done a whole lot better in this brand new game. Now, in Grow a Garden, pets do look kind of nice. Like, you have them flapping their wings and other stuff. Wait, let's just place a pet down, bro. Why did I not have anything down? Like, as you can tell, the kitty walks around. It's pretty cool and stuff like that. But what if I told you they are significantly more dynamic inside of this brand new game? I know this is super blurry, but here's one of the developers, Coder Connor, by the way, in case you guys don't know this guy. He did work on Pet Simulator X, Pet Simulator 99, so he's very well known. But as you can see, these pets that are actually behind him walk differently. Their ears flap, their tail swings around, and all of that stuff. So they are also in a line, which I don't understand. I guess they will be able to help you steal from other people, because we do have leaks for that too. In the past, the devs have shown pets like the raccoon going around and stealing from people. As you can see, it's just stealing all of that guy's poor carrots, bro. But you can tell it's pretty sick. So I guess your pets will be able to help you, and they're kind of in like a linear formation. They stand in a line. But this other leak by BMW Lux or Adrian is actually nicer, because you can see the bird. Now, I want you to pay attention to this guy right here. I know it's super blurry. I'm so sorry. I can't fix it. But look at how it lands. Like, the birds now land when you're not moving, and they get up and flap their wings. Like, they used to just flap their wings, but they didn't have as much, I guess, of a livelihood to them as they do in this brand new game. So that's a pretty cool little addition, and the egg growing is pretty lame. And I'm not gonna lie, bro, if you look at some of these plants in the back, they look pretty disgusting. A lot of people aren't a fan of these circle sphere-like plants that are going to be in this game. Now, a lot of the plants will look uglier than they are inside of Grow a Garden 1, but I do want to let you guys know that they are doing this for the worser plants, and for the plants and seeds that are going to be significantly better, they will still look good. So I don't know if I'm a big fan of it, but I guess it's not that bad. You can also see that straight off the bat in this game, we are going to start with props. And obviously, that's going to be something that's just going to be there on release. In Grow a Garden, it was an update. But you can also get things like the flying carpet to equip on your avatar. I'm assuming this is going to be some sort of gear, some sort of upgrade, or something like that. I do like it. It seems pretty cool. And on top of that, there is a weather system in this game, or a night and day system, I mean. I want you to remember this night and day state system, because I believe the only times you're going to be able to steal inside of the game is during night. The reason I say this is because we have tons of leaks that suggest just that. As you can see, it's going to be a steal at night thing, while I guess players aren't paying much attention. So I would highly recommend, as soon as the game comes out, obviously you're going to be in the daytime, and you're going to want to start getting plants as soon as possible. And don't really worry too much about defending your plants in the day. I would assume maybe there's still a chance people can steal, but you're going to want to worry about it when it's at night, because that's when it gets a little bit more scary. I don't know how I feel about the overall stealing mechanism of the game, but I would assume at some point when you do get better plants, it's going to get so much harder for people to come and try to steal your stuff, since they will be able to literally kill the players that steal into your plot. And of course, you will have the ability to expand your plot inside of this game. There is a sign for it, and I believe your plot actually starts out super small. From this first leak I showed you guys, as you can tell, there's literally only 2 strips of like plantable space on this guy's garden. And I think that's only temporary. Like, you can make it significantly bigger, but yeah, there is going to be just less space overall, even once you upgrade. But luckily, you will be able to upgrade it. Now, as I mentioned earlier, I wanted you guys to remember this plant called the Dragon's Breath, because the reason I say this is going to be a very rare plant is because we actually have tons of leaks for it. If you take a look in the seed shop and scroll all the way down, you will see the plants in here are typically worth around like 1,200 Robux, or some ridiculous price, because they're transcendent. And some people used to buy these, not as much anymore since this game's kind of dead. But of course, the devs did not skip out on the pay to win. You will actually be able to buy these, as well as gift them and buy them in multiple amounts. So one of these costs 1,499 Robux. 3 of them is 4,497, and 10 of them is almost 15,000 Robux. Unfortunately, you can also gift these to your friends, but that is a ridiculous price tag, and you might be wondering why. Well, like I said, these things will be able to defend for you. Not only that, but you can actually collect the plants off of them. So it's basically like a multi-purpose type of plant where it's defending for you and you're able to collect the stuff off of it, which I guess is a cool thing, but like realistically, bro, it's still a ridiculous price because only some of the plants in here cost that much, and this game has been out for a very, very long time. Some people in this league server did say I think it's ironic of them to base the second game off the worst featuring gag, which is literally the stealing mechanism. But I really hope in this game, bro, it's at least tolerable. Like, there needs to be some sort of limit on people stealing, because imagine exploiters. Like, how are you still supposed to stop them from stealing even if you have defenses up? Now, in order to actually prepare for the release of the game, I highly recommend you guys are just there to play the game as soon as it's out. I will actually be live streaming today, aka the day you're watching this, hopefully Wednesday, and I am going to be going over tons of leagues that we have and basically just fully preparing for the game. Grow a Garden will be coming out in 2 days and 20 hours from the time I'm recording, and if you're wondering what time that is, that will actually be on Friday, June 12th at 11 a.m. CST. This is actually equal to 12 EST, 12 p.m. And depending on what your time zone is, I highly recommend you just go in onto Google and you put in this time saying it's CST and then transfer it to your own time zone. But like I said, I will have videos out immediately for it. So please make sure you're subscribed. I want to get as much of an audience as possible to share all these videos with you guys. And I will be grinding my butt off as soon as this game comes out. Until then, hurry up and watch this video on the screen right here. I went to pick it for you myself. I really think you're going to like it, but you're going to need to click it fast because this video is about to end. And until then, I'll catch you in that video. Bye-bye.